Hello everyone. So in our previous session, we have already discussed in detail about the fiscal status variant, which is a part of SAP FI global settings. So in this session today, we are going to see the practical configuration step by step, and we are going to deep dive into each field of the screen of this field status variant. Okay. So first of all, we will be reaching the screen of creation of that field status variant, and then we will discuss the component or the elements visible there. So we already know to reach any path, we are having the two approaches. The one is using the particular path, SPRO path, and the other is transaction code. So firstly, I would show you the path as we usually do. So we start with the T-code SPRO and then enter. And then we have to click reference IMG. So here we are doing under this financial accounting. So under financial accounting, we have to click on financial accounting global settings. And under that, you have to click on the ledgers. And we can see here the fields. We have to click fields. And after fields, we have the option define field status variant. So this is the path. Once you click here, it will land you on the screen of field status variant. Let me click here. So this is the screen where you can change the existing field status variant, or you can create any new field status variant. As I shown you, this was the path. Now I would show you how we can reach to the same screen using the transaction code. So remember this, the transaction code to create this field status variant is OBC4. So once you click on enter, you will end up on the same screen. So see, we are on the same screen. Okay. So now we will be creating a field status variant for our own company code. So the best practice to create any new field status variant is to copy from the standard provided by the SAP. Okay. So in SAP, the standard field status variant is 0001. You can modify in your system. Okay, but better you can do, for example, copy the standard to any custom field status variant or your own generated field status variant, and you can do the modification in your created field status variant, so it won't be having any impact on the default, okay, or the standard field status variant provided by the SAP. So what we will do, we will, for example, going to copy the standard field status variant. Okay, so as I told you, the standard field status variant of the default is 0001. Okay, so first of all, to create or copy the standard field status variant, you have to check it, the 0001, and then you have to click on copy as. Okay, you can see this icon, or you can simply click on F6. Once you click here, now the new screen opens up. Okay, so what we will do, we will give this particular field status variant. Okay, and in our theoretical session we have already seen it is a 4-character alphanumeric key. Okay, so as of now, what is our company code? You people know it, it is INTA. So for the sake of simplicity, I'm keeping the field status variant as INTA. Okay, and here I'm writing, let me remove this, field status variant for field status variant INTA. Okay, so this is the field status variant we have created. Now we have to just click here the copy. Okay, are you able to see this copy button? Okay, let's click here. So it will ask you whether you want copy only, like only copy entry, or you want to copy all. So we want to copy all the entries whatever available in this field status variants. Okay, let me click copy all and see number of dependent entries copied. So what do we mean by this number of dependent copied? For example, in our theoretical session, we saw, okay, under the field status variant, we are having multiple field status group. So the system is talking here about the same thing. Number of dependent entries copied. It is talking about the field status group, which comes under or the falls under the field status variant. Earlier it was 0001, which is standard. Now it will be copied into our field status variant INTA. Okay, so let me continue and enter. So number of copied entry including transaction is 1. So whole field status group have been uh, copied into this field status variant. Our INT variant is visible here. So as I already told you, field status variant will be having field status groups. So to check that, you have to firstly click on this checkbox, and then we have to click on the field status group. Let me double click here. So once you double click here, you will be able to see the field status group. So these are the field status group. Here you can define the n number of field status group, but if you see the standard field status group provided by SAP are like starting with mostly G. Okay, so you can see G001, G003, G004. So similarly, you would be having multiple field status group, and further, each field status group is having group in that. Okay, or we call it the uh, categories. Okay, so let me take very commonly used field status group, which is G067, which is used for reconciliation account. Okay, let me double click on it. Now here you can see these are the groups under the field status group. So here we are having the general data, additional account assignment. These two fields are very much important for the functional consultant, especially related to the financial accounting. And apart from that, we are having the other fields like material management, payment transaction, asset accounting, taxes, foreign payments, consolidation, real estate management, financial assets management. Okay, so under each of these category or each of this group, further we are having the fields, or we can say the subgroup. Okay, so in SAP, for example, if I want to see what are the subgroups available under this general data, so apart from that, before going into like subgroup of the general data, here you can see all these lines are appearing in a blue color. Okay, but if you see the material management, it is graded out. So it means under this field status group, which is G067, this particular field or the group is not actually active or not actually applicable. Okay, so all these lines or the fields or the group which are appearing in the blue color, these all are applicable. So first of all, what we were discussing, we want to see what are the subgroup or the list of the fields available in the general data. So once you select it, you can click on the subgroup list or the F5. So once you click here, you can see these are the subgroups, okay, or the fields or the subfields available under each group. So under general data, these are the fields which you can control. So the fields are assignment number, text, invoice reference, hedging, collective invoice reference, specification by 2 reference, specification 3 inflation index, period of performance. Okay, so these are the field, and if you see the application, the assignment number and the text, these are having the wide application. Most of the time you will be using these fields. So what we do, we already have seen in our theoretical session with the help of these field status. So what happens, you can make in your posting, while you are posting any document or doing any posting, so you can make any particular field in that document as a mandatory field, or you can make any field as optional, and you can also make any field only in a display mode, like there is no modification is required, or it will not allow you to modify anything, just it is for your information purposes. And apart from that, there are the some of the fields which are suppressed. Okay, suppressed means those fields are completely not available in your screen to make your screen clear and simple. So these are the functionality of field status variant. Okay, so apart from that, let me also show you what are the subgroup of the our group additional account assignments. So once you double click on it, you can like directly open this particular screen. If you want to just see on this screen itself what is the list available under this, you have to come here and have to click F5. Okay, now you can see, so these two group I told you are widely used. Okay, so under the additional account assignment, most of the time you would have observed while posting any entry in the like related to FI. So what happens if you are giving any GL expense related GL in the posting key in the amount, so it will give you error like give the account assignment, or account assignment is missing. So in that case, what would have happened? For example, you have made this like cost center or the profit center or the cost object as a mandatory field. Okay. But in general, if you see, so most of the time, the fields which are commonly used or the widely used are cost center, and then we have this WBS element. And in case of like, if there is a document related to customer, then the sales order, and we are having this business areas, okay, and this profit center and the profitability segment. Okay, so these are the fields which are widely used. And for example, segment, you can see. So all these things we have already discussed in a theoretical session. I'm just showing you. Okay, so on this main screen, you are able to see the subfield or the list of the sub, okay, or the subgroup. So now I would like to show you how actually each field we make a mandatory or the suppress or the optional. Okay, so let me just click on this additional account assignment. If I double click on it, now this screen will open up. Okay, so here you can see under the additional account assignment, we are having subgroup or the fields. Here you can see the settlement period, accrual object, material number, cost center, COPP order, WBS element. Now I want this cost center to be a mandatory field. Okay, so for example, you can see currently these are all suppressed. So what does it mean? In SAP screen, while you are posting, for example, there's a GL entry. So under the line item, you won't be able to see any of the column with name these, okay, accrual object or anything. Now, if you want to make this column mandatory, okay, so you have to click here, check this required entry, and then you will have to save it. So once you've done it, so what will happen once you go to the screen like FB50 or FS02, then this particular field will be appearing and will also not allow to proceed further unless you give the cost center against the line item. And further, we have the optional entry. Let's suppose if I click here and save it, so what it will do, it will actually show you the option of cost center, but it will be optional. Okay, it will be up to the requirement. If you are filling it, then it will allow you, and if you even don't filling it, it will allow you to proceed further. Okay, so this is actually the main part or the significant part of the use of this field status variant. You can make any of these particular field available against the line item to be a suppressed, means not visible to the person who is posting the document, or you can make it mandatory, it will be visible, and entry is mandatory or compulsory. Other than this, you can make any of the entry as optional. In that case, you can leave it or you can fill it as per your business requirement. So under this additional account assignments itself, we are having the other multiple object. Just I shown you the example of cost center. So if we want to see the exhaustive list, we can click on this icon next page. You can see now the commitment line, plant, business area. So someone has put this business area as optional, and then we can have third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so these are the fields which you can like modify as per your requirement. Okay, so now the question is how these particular fields are applicable in the documents while you are posting it. Okay, so what happens is, like after creating this particular field status variant, we have to assign it to the company code. Okay, so whenever the document fi document is getting created, you have to give the company code. So once you give the company code, it will search for the field status variant assigned to that particular company code or the entity, and then it will come under this a field status group, and then will find the relevant group. Under that, it will find the field and will determine whether it should be suppressed or it should be visible or it should be mandatory field. Okay, so we have already copied this 0001 to INTA, which is our own created field status variant. Okay, so let me save it. So we are saving it. Now our field status variant is created, which is INTA. So the next part is, I have already told you, the assignment part. Okay, so once you are done with the creation, we have to make system understand what field it has to like show us, or make any field mandatory or make any field optional. So how it will do? It will do by identifying the variant assigned to the company code. So the next part is the assignment. So for the assignment as well, we are having the path as well as the T-code. So let me show you the path first. So the path starts with SPRO and then enter reference IMG, and then we have to click financial accounting and then financial accounting global settings, and then we have to click ledgers. Now you can see here we are having the fields. After that, assign company code to field status variant. So you have to click execute. Now here you can see the list of company codes. So what is our company code? We have to give our company code is INTA. Continue. See, this is our company code. This is the code, this is the name, this is the city, and this is the field status variant. So here actually we have to give our variant. Our variant we created with the name of INTA itself, which is also our company code, and then you have to save it. Once we click on save, then it would be successfully saved. Okay. So the data was saved. So it has been assigned. Okay. So now I want to come to same screen using the T code. So the T code is OBC5. For the creation, it was OBC4, and for the assignment, it is OBC5. If you click on enter, so you came on the same screen. Now I want to see whatever the variant we assigned, it is visible or not. You can see that it is already assigned. Our field status variant is assigned to the company code INTA. Okay, so the assignment part is done like this particular part. Okay, so apart from that, let me also show you the most commonly used field status group. Okay, so we can use the same T code as I told you, OBC4, to create or modify the field status group. So let me click enter, and now it is getting processed and taking just some time. So let me search our own field status variant, which is INTA. Continue. Now let me come to the field status group after selecting it. If I double click here, so these are the fields. So if you see the G001, it is widely used field status group. Apart from that, we are having G005, which is bank account, which is also widely used because bank transactions are commonly done in any of the entity or the organization. And apart from that, we are having this G29 also. Okay, let me show you. If you can see, we are also having the G0061 material account. Let me show you. For the revenue account, we are having G029. And one most significant or the important field status group is G067, which is for reconciliation account. Reconciliation account means, for example, if you want to post any entry to vendor or any entry to customer, so customer and vendors here are subledgers. Okay, so in case of subledgers, you have to have a GL for those particular subledgers. So you whatever the GL you are creating, whether it is for vendor apart from the vendor account or it is for the customer, so that actually general ledger or the GL is known as the reconciliation account. So under the reconciliation account, there are some field which system make like optional or mandatory or like hidden. Okay, so this is also a widely used field status group. Okay, and next we will see where these field status group actually utilized or used in SAP. Okay, so let me show you. So you would remember, I think in upcoming session you would be seeing. So let me show you to create any GL account centrally. Okay, we have the T code FS00. Okay. So once you give this T code, you will be land up on the screen to create the GL account. Okay, so let me click on enter. So let's see. Now we came on the screen of GL account. Okay. So in the GL account, we have to give our GL account and the company code which we want to create. But we will be discussing that particular part while we would be seeing the creation of the GL or the modification of it. So we will discuss each particular these columns and the use of each particular field available here under these subheaders. Okay. But now our concern is use of field status group. So where actually these are utilized. Okay. So for particular GL, you can make any of the field applicable. Okay, and that is done using the like assignment of field status group under the column create bank interest. So if you click here, okay, let me continue. So under the control of document creation in company code, we are having this field status group. Okay, so remember this. Under this particular screen, under FS00, we are having this tab create bank interest. Under this, we are having the field status group. So under, for example, this is the different company code. So we have not created any GL. So I will show you once we would be doing the creation. So whatever the field status variant you have assigned to this particular company code, all those fields would be appearing here. Okay, so if you click here on this icon, all those field status group would be appearing. If I click here, so you can see these are all those fields which we saw in the screen of OBC4. Okay, and these are like G001, G005, 3, 4, 6, and so on. Okay, so majorly this particular field status group, which is G001, is used. Okay, so if I click it, it will be pop up here, and then whatever the fields which we have made suppressed, required, or optional, those particular field would be applicable while you are using this particular GL under this company code. Okay, so this is how it actually works. Okay, so let me show you one table. Okay, in the theoretical session we saw there is a table which actually holds the variant which you have created in your system. Okay, so if you want to cross check, if some like user is coming and asking, I want to create this particular field status variant, okay, for this company code. So but you want to firstly cross check whether it exists or not in the system. So the best approach is to go through the table and not through the like T-code. And the T-code also you can check it by positioning it. And apart from that, you can get a list of those like all the variants which are created in the system in this table. Okay, so the table name is, I will show you, but firstly to go to the table, the T-code which we use is SE16. Okay, SE16, and you can also use, and majorly that is used by the paper or functional refers this particular T-code SE16. Once you click on enter, now it will ask you to give the table name. Okay, so this is the table name which actually shows you the creation or your own created fiscal year field status variant. Now if I have given this T004V, now I have to click on enter. Now it is asking me the field status variant. What is your field status variant? I want to check whether my own created field status variant, which is INTA, is visible or not. So I have given it. Let me execute it. If I'm executing it, it should give me the field. If it is not giving me, then it is not created in my system. If I click execute, so now it is showing me the field status variant is INTA and the description of it is field status variant. Okay, so this is how you can utilize this table also. And apart from that, if you won't give this field status variant as an individual field, so it will give you the list of field status variant created under this system. Okay, and other thing is that field status variant is actually created at the client level. We already know, so any of the entity can have it. Okay, it means this field status variant can be assigned to multiple company code available in your system. Okay, so that's all for today. We will meet in our next session. Thank you.